without Shelf Laugh 5, America's queen of clean comedy, Chonda Pierce.
This is a Christian concert. We're supposed to be humble. Just one more time. So good to see you here. Welcome to Thou Shalt Laugh, numero 5. Many of you may know this or you may not, but I am from Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee gal. I love it. Love Tennessee, and I love it so much that it's very hard to kind of trickle out to California every now and then when I have to work out there, and it's very difficult, but I do look at it as a way to be on the mission field with tofu. You cannot hardly witness to the women because you can't tell if they want to know Jesus. You can't understand anything they say. Their faces are stretched so tight. They have had quite the work that it makes their lips pooch out. And they buy this Botoxy stuff to make their lips pooch out. I'm saying, for heaven's sakes, go slam your lips in the barn door. That does the same thing. So I moved out there not long ago. I got a little place in Tennessee, that I love here, but every now and then I have to go out there, so I got me a little place in Los Angeles, California, and it's very interesting because everybody there has an accent. So I feel like I fit right in. They have a psychic reader on every corner in Los Angeles. They have psychic reader stores. They got little in neon hands where you're supposed to go in there and they'll tell you what's going on. This is a place that has mudslides, earthquakes, forest fires, and they never see them coming. So are you excited about tonight? Excited. I mean, very, very excited. I love people that laugh, especially when I'm trying to be funny. Makes me look better. I want to introduce you to this first guy because first time I heard this guy, it was just so funny. I'm rolling in the floor laughing, and I really am because I didn't have a seat. And so... And it was just, he was just so funny. And then I saw him again, and he was just as funny, but his story was just even more intriguing. I'm like, how does he write this so unique material? Nobody, writes this stuff. This is awesome. And then I realized it was his testimony. And so now I feel kind of sorry for him. He's hysterical. Are you ready? Hold on to your depends and make welcome Joey ILO.
A little bit about my cultural background before we get started. My dad was Italian. My mom's Irish, so that makes me white. And my dad was the real deal, though. He was 100%. It's hard when your dad's 100% anything because they let you know that every day. Hey, did I mention I'm 100%? And they bounce for some reason. Yeah, you're 100% annoying. Could you please stop? I never go shopping with my dad because he doesn't give good compliments. He knows how to compliment me and insult me in the same sentence. He's gifted at it. It's like, Dad, you like this watch? I like it. I wouldn't wear it. But it's good. It's good. My dad heard that joke. He's like, I don't do that. I'm like, yeah, Dad, you do. What do you think of my comedy? He's like, you're good. You're not funny. But you're good. The cool thing about Italians is you know when they're upset because they ask questions. Hey, what's the matter with you? I was just scared of the machine gun question. That's when you knew you were gonna get it. My dad be like, hey, what did it? What did I tell you to do? I'm standing there crying. I don't know what you said. You just spit in my eye. I can't even see you right now. My mom's opposite, right? My mom's super nice. She's got this super nice voice. Come on in. Friends come over. My mom loves to offer stuff. Friends come over. Tell your friends to get out of the car and come in and get some corn. They come in, and she's like, would you like some corn? We got all kinds. It's not a burden, not a burden. Got all kinds. Got cream corn, kettle corn. I got a cornucopia we can set up. Mom, cut it out with the corn already. Here's another thing my mom loves to do. She loves to say the word Google. She doesn't even know how to turn the computer on half the time. But she will insert it into any conversation. Well, if you don't know where it is, maybe you should Google it. She shakes her face every time. Actually, any word with the oodle in it, she does that. Is that your dog? He is such a cute little poodle. Look at him. Would you like some more noodles? No? How about some corn? Now, this is what Chonda was talking about. This is a fun fact. Both of my parents, not just one of them, but both of them were professional clowns. It's true, Google it. Here's the thing, like a lot of people are scared of clowns, right? I want to encourage you. Yeah, I see you raised your hand. Thank you, ma'am. This isn't a test. Put it down. Trying to do a special here. Do you mind? I know the answer. No, it wasn't a question. But here's the thing, right? Like if you're scared of one clown, if one clown scares you, imagine being raised by them. You don't even know what scary is until you witness both of your parents coming home from a parade and dressed like clowns, and then forgetting that they're dressed that way, and then proceeding to yell at you to clean up your room as a bunch of clowns. Dad's freaking out in costume, standing in the doorway. Clean up your room! His rainbow-colored hair is flapping her. What did I say? My dad's stomping his big shoe, asking questions. Hey, you think this is funny? Hey, you think this is some kind of joke? This is where the story gets weirder. That was my dad's part-time job. You know what his full-time job was? He was a police officer. My dad was a cop and a clown. These aren't jokes. This is my life. I never went to work with my dad. I don't know if he did both of those professions at the same time. He's trying to arrest someone. Freeze! Sure you don't have anything on you? Open up your mouth. What's this? What is all this tissue, huh? What are all these colors? Are you in a gang? It's great to be in Nashville. The heart of the South. Yeah. My wife is from the South. She's from the deep South. She's from South America. And my wife is patient with me. As you can see, I'm really hyperactive. I just found out last week I got diagnosed with the young and the restless leg syndrome. That's where my legs are young and restless, right? Like I had no idea I do this. I walk in place. I'm looking straight ahead. I didn't even know I did this till last week. This lady came up and said, "Excuse me, sir, the restrooms are over there." But the cool thing about this is that if you take one step forward, it looks like you're salsa dancing. And you can go sideways with it too. And this leg is faster than this one. So not only am I salsa dancing, I look like I should be dancing with the stars. But now, me and my wife, we've been married for like 4 years, you know? And I've learned a lot in the 4 years. I learned something about my wife that I didn't know. Me and my wife have different tempers. Like the way we get upset is different. I think men and women in general are different that way. Like me personally, I have an amnesia temper. Like I'll get upset and forget why I was mad in the same sentence. I'll be like, you know what? Let's go snuggle. You can't do that. You can't do that with the ladies. You can't get upset and then forget why you're mad. They don't forget anything. They have a different type of anger. They have a filing cabinet of anger. Actually, when we first met, my wife had a file on me. I didn't even know it. She didn't have anything in it until we first got married. Then I got upset and she's like, "Go ahead, say something stupid. I've been dying to put something in your file." Like nobody warned me that she might hold things against me. I mean, we should make it fair, right? Then us guys can't complain about anything if we know ahead of time. Like the Miranda rights, those are a warning. So are the wedding vows. I think we should put the Miranda rights in the wedding vows. It would help us guys out. The ceremony would go like this. You take this woman for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, and in arguments and disagreements. You have the right to remain silent. And anything you say can and will be used against you as long as you both shall live. So me and my wife, we go to church together. I love that. We go to a cool church. It's super hip. They got cool music, and they got flat screens, TVs with the lyrics on them, and they got laser lighting coming out the ceilings. Boo, boo, boo. Kind of interrupts my worship. Boo, boo. Trying to praise God. What is this laser light doing? Like, the coolest thing I had when I was a kid growing up in the church was Solo Sunday. That's where we would let the older ladies at the church sing their own solo. You gotta understand, the older ladies at my parents' church, they didn't get out of the church much. So for them, this was the American Idol. And I love when the older ladies sing, because when they sing, they got that natural vibrato in their voice. Makes it sound like they're trying to start up them old-time cars in the morning. And they just rock it, though. Just, great is thy. I think she's flooded. And it's not just the church music that's changed. I think all music has changed since I was in high school. When I was in high school, R&B was like super popular. And nowadays it's like Justin Bieber, right? But I'm sounding like my dad. Back in my day, in the 90s, we only had two groups of white guys singing. We had a guy named John B., and we had a group called Color Me Bad. I was thinking the other day, where are those guys now? Where are they working? And are they singing about it? Hey girl, I know you're trying to figure out who this is. I'm just one of those washed up R&B singers. You know, one hit wonder? Yeah, that's me. I had to get a new job. I know you like a man with a job. And this is what I do now. Check it out. This girl came in one evening. She said that she'd like to have an egg McMuffin. I told her breakfast was way over, 'cause now we're serving cheeseburgers. Yeah, girl, I'm singing to you right there in the front row. Hold on when you're ready, 'cause I don't think you're ready. Oh. Cause I don't think you're ready, no you're not ready, no you're not ready, no you're not. Hey, you like that cheeseburger, girl? Yeah, you with the wristband, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you know I made that, right? Oh, you didn't know? You didn't know, you didn't know, you didn't know, you didn't know. You didn't know, no, 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 no.
Yeah, cheese, I like that. That's a good choice.
She didn't know, she didn't know, she didn't know, she didn't know. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. God bless you, Nashville. Good night.
Joey ILO! That is awesome! I love that! I wish my guys at Sonic would sing like that. I'd eat a few more cheeseburgers. And then I'd have on 4 pairs of Spanx. Anybody know what that is? And will admit it, Spanx, if your mama had a girdle. She's uptown now and calls it Spanx. Isn't that precious? I have on 2 pair right now. I had on 1 pair, and then the producer said, you still look kind of large. I guess they're used to those California girls. They usually look like that, my girlfriend said. So yeah, I put on 1 pair, had a hole in it, thought I had a tumor. You know what I'm talking about? You ever hold it? It's like, have you ever tried to get the dough back in the Pillsbury Kid? You can't do it. By then I'd had a hot flash and couldn't get. Have you ever tried to get off a pair of Spanx after a hot flash? You have to have them surgically removed. I just put on another pair. Actually, this is the truth, and I know this sounds a little egotistical, and I hope you don't take it that way, but he's been on tour with me, this next dude. It's very funny. Yep, my whole crowd, like 4 of them, really loved him a lot. He's very, very, very fabulous. He really is. He's been on a lot of movies. He's been in several sitcoms. He's like had several comedy specials on television, all up in Canada. So I'm not really sure any of that is true. Would you put your hands together and please make welcome Leland Klassen!
Chonda Pierce, everybody. Chonda Pierce. Yeah. Oh, man. It's great to be here. I almost didn't make it. I'm going through airport security, and I forgot to stick my chapstick in that little Ziploc bag. You know, you got to put your gel and liquids in there. I just forgot to stick it in there, and Buddy was like, "Oh, you didn't put it in. It's a gel. I can't let you have it." I was like, "Oh, I must have just forgotten, so I'll just take it now." And he's like, "No, I have to confiscate it because you didn't put it in the bag." I was like, "Dude, it's chapstick. You know, what are you gonna do with chapstick? You know, take me somewhere." Granted, it did say lip balm on it. It did say lip balm. Yeah. You guys seemed a little freaked out at the beginning. I just want you to know. I just want to make sure you're going to be okay because I've got really, really big hands, okay? And I don't want you to get all freaked out when I start waving them around, okay? I got huge hands. I'm no doctor, but does that look swollen to you? That looks... way too big, aren't they? I forget how big they are sometimes, you know? Woke up middle of the night the other night there. I was like, ah! Oh, okay. Oh, all right. I thought there was a horse's head on my pillow. It's just my hand. It's all right. Got huge hands. Every time I shake somebody's hand, I tickle their armpit. That's too much hand. How you doing? No, I'm sorry. Put that in. Huge hands. I didn't have the same finite motor skills that the kids had growing up. I didn't have the manual dexterity they had. That's why I didn't like anything we did in school. You know, well, except for finger painting. I love finger painting and that. Hey, I'm out of paper. And paint, actually. I'm out of paint as well. You want to bring some over here? Yeah, no, I can help you. No problem. What's that? No, I have arms. I just don't need them. I was lifting with my back. That was a heavy one. That's what I still finger paint. It's kind of a hobby of mine now. I was doing some finger painting last weekend there. I painted the garage. Let that dry. Used to do the hand signs for the deaf. Used to do the sign language for the deaf there until they made me stop. Guess I was scaring the deaf people or something. Stop it, it's too loud. It's too loud. That doesn't look right either. Doesn't look like that. That's not. I've got a tiny head too. That's the other thing. Have you noticed? You shouldn't be able to touch both your ears with one hand at the same time, should you? That's not probably. People always try it too. There's always somebody who tries it. I had a guy to show a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "You can do it if you open your mouth." Why would you want to? I don't know, but it's true. Chonda said I am Canadian, so I just want to apologize right away for my accent, and I will be saying A, and I'm sorry. It's just, well, I try not to every once in a while. Here's the thing: for a while, I was trying not to say A, and you know when you try not to do something, it becomes even harder not to do it. I had to just stop trying not to, because if I didn't, it would have boiled over into some like Canadian Tourette's rant or something, you know? Like traffic out here is just horrible. Anyway, traffic, traffic, I hate the traffic! I love coming down here. I love coming to the States, though. I do. The hardest part about it, though, as a Canadian, is crossing the border. It's just... it's hard. Like in the old days, they didn't care about much. It was friendly. It was happy. They just didn't want you to bring in fruit. I guess we have Canadian disease fruit or something. I don't know what the deal is. But now it's just so serious, you know. I tried to lighten it up the last time I went through. The guy's like, "So you're a comedian?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's right." So what are you going to be talking about? And I was like, "I don't know. Depends how well this goes." Don't say that. Don't. And don't do this. Don't do. They don't. It's, man, I had a couple months ago. I'm going across the border. I get across there. It's a true story. I hand the guy my passport. He takes it. He scans it through the machine. And the first thing he said to me after he scanned it was, "Don't make any sudden movements." And then he said, "Shut off your vehicle and give me the keys too." So I was like, okay. So I shut off the vehicle, hand him the keys slowly, right? Because he said no sudden movements, you know. Here come the keys. Nice and slow. So then he said to me, in a couple of moments, I'm going to ask you to get out of the car. And when you do, if you make any sudden movements at all, we're going to take you to the ground. That's what he said. The reason he said a couple of moments, because he needed time for his armed buddies to come out and surround the car. I'm not going to make up the number for the stories. It's a true story. There were 6 of them standing around the car, and they didn't have their guns drawn, but they had their hands on their guns, on their hips, you know, and ready to shoot a Canadian mode. Like, I want to. It's not as awkward looking as this. I'm not. So he opens the car door. He says, "Step out." I step out. Of course, now I'm towering over this guy, right? So now I'm scared he's going to have like a small man complex or something like that. Take the tall guy down a peg or two. Right? So I'm like, everything's going to be okay. Everybody just calm down. No. Okay. Take it. I won't hurt you. I promise. So then they put me on the back of the car and they handcuffed me behind my back and they grabbed me with the armed guard and took me in like I'm some kind of wanted fugitive or something. Now I'm starting to get a little freaked out, okay? This doesn't seem like a routine stop anymore. Imagine the people behind me, though, eh? Seeing this car pull up, people jump out with guns. They're probably getting pretty freaked out themselves, you know? It's like, eat the fruit, Lois, eat the fruit! It was a banana. The last one was a banana. You need your potassium for jail. So they take me into the customs office, and this is a true story. I was in there for like maybe 5 seconds, like not long at all. Some customs border guy walks all nonchalantly from behind the counter, and he's like, "Oh, I guess there's a computer malfunction. You can just let him go." And that was it. That was it. They all walked away. There was no apology, no explanation, no place to go change. It was I'm going to go home and play the Wii. That's what I'm going to do. I love the Wii, though. Love playing the Wii. Everybody knows what that is, right? The Wii, it's the video game. Yeah. Motion wand. I try to explain it as well as I can because I was doing a show one time, and I guess I didn't explain it well enough, and there's an older couple sitting in the front, and they're sitting really close, so I could hear everything they were saying. And at one point in time, she leaned over to her husband, and she's like, "What's a Wii?" And honestly, I could hear him. Honestly, he turns to her, and he's like, "Something from Ireland." Because they kept referring to it as the Wii game. "Oh, it's a Wii game we're playing, just a wee little game. The wee little control ladder, and a wee little, it's just for the wee ones." I don't know. It's fun. The Wii's fun. My son's favorite game on the Wii is Wii boxing. Loves the Wii boxing. Right? But this is my son doing the Wii boxing. And he wins. I tried to show him proper form. Like, you hold like this. You jab a little bit, maybe come around. But I was losing, right? So keep the jab. Don't block. He's like, "No, Dad, it's like this." The problem is now he thinks he can fight, you know? I'm afraid he's going to take on the school bully or something like that, you know? "You've been bugging us all year. It's time somebody stood up to you." Lead with the head. I don't know. There's different levels of the Wii. That's what I didn't realize at first. I didn't know you could do different levels of playing, right? I'm playing the Wii. I was playing the Wii baseball. Oh, just playing the Wii baseball. It's not really an Irish thing, but... And I'm pitching, right? I'm at the mound, I'm pitching, and I got the strap around my wrist so I don't accidentally let go and break the TV again. And because I was pitching hard, like I was as hard as I could. I was just like 44 miles an hour. 44? Is that it? All right, okay, here comes the heat then. If that's 44, what's this? 46. Like I was giving it everything I had, okay? In between innings, I'm icing my shoulder. Beads of sweater pouring down. So by the third inning, I'm done. Like, I can't do any more. I think I threw my shoulder out or something. I couldn't do it, so I gave up. I gave up and I just did this. That's all I did. I just couldn't do any more. I just did this. 99 miles an hour. Right? Because the game doesn't differentiate, right? Here to here is the same as here to here, but this is a lot faster. Right? And the kids know that. The good gamers, they know how to take the shortcuts, right? The problem is then they think they can do the sport, right? They think they're good at, my son is convinced he can play tennis, but his form is horrible. Look at me, Dad, I'm a tennis player now. I'm so good at tennis. Look how good I am at tennis. No, you're not. You're good at poking somebody in the eye with a stick. It's not tennis. I don't know. You could tell, though, I went to my son's track meet last year, and you could just tell which kids have been playing way too much Wii, right? Their form was just horrible. It was like, on your mark, get set. My wife, we've been married for 16 years, wonderful years. I love her very much. Our wedding day, though, was probably the worst day of our entire life together. Just from start to finish, absolutely everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong. And I found out recently, guess that was my fault or something. Well, there's certain expectations a woman has, and if you don't tell the man, he doesn't know. Like, for example, when a woman comes down the aisle, when the bride comes down the aisle, there's a certain look that the groom is supposed to have when he sees his new bride. Did you know that? No, we don't know that. Guys don't know that. I didn't, right? This is what a woman wants to see. When she turns on the corner, this is what she wants to see waiting for her at the altar, okay? Right? Something like that. Something like that. Like, it's a little cheesy, but you take that. Right? It's a little cheesy, but you take that. You take that over this. This is what my wife got. This was waiting for her at the altar. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much.
He's fabulous. Such a great guy. And I've met his wife, just a little itty bitty tiny little thing. So the women are real little in Canada too. Yeah, thanks. So I put on another pair of Spanx while I was waiting. Just trying to get that big deal in Hollywood. It's really hard because now I'm having a hard time breathing. Because, you know, I had on the little short kind, I don't know if you know, but I went back, looked at the monitor. It looked like I had 2 tumors right there, you know, where the girdle stops. And so then I put the one down that goes to my knees, and then my feet swelled so bad I couldn't get my shoes back on, so this time I'm trying the whole little bodysuit that starts at your ankles and goes all the way up, so by the time the show is over, I'm gonna be really skinny and dead. This is so much fun. I am really enjoying watching every single person, aren't you? And isn't it amazing? Every one of them so different, a different style, a different flavor, a different psychological issue. And that is why we become comedians. I know this other fella very, very well because he's very much a son to me. I have known him almost 10, 12 years. You've probably seen him on the same show I have been on before, The View. Except he co-hosted it, so he's kind of a big deal. He is a very sweet, loving father and a very, very dear friend. Please put your hands together and welcome Bone Hampton!
Hey, hey, hey! All right. How y'all doing? All right. Y'all are really funny. She was like, he was on The View. Y'all was like, that don't mean nothing to us. Tell us something else. She was like, but it's kind of a big deal. That don't mean nothing to us. It is what it is. I was like, all right. I mean, that's the hot new phrase right now. Everybody is saying that all the time. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's the new way of saying somebody about to take advantage of you. That's what that is. Because don't nothing good ever come before you hear it is what it is. There's always something foul, nothing cool like, hey, here you a check for $2,500. For what? It is what it is. So great to be here on Thou Shalt Laugh 5. This is cool. This is really cool. They got Chonda hosting, so she taking care of the female part. And everybody else is dudes, which is cool because I'm telling you, to be a man of God, you got to have yourself a good dude friend in Christ. And the dudes, they my dude friends in Christ. Because I realized every time a man messed up in the Bible, he didn't have him a good dude friend in Christ. Adam needed him a good dude friend in Christ to let him know, hey man, don't eat that apple. If you eat that apple, it's going to be a mess up in here. You need to eat on some peaches or some pears. Snack on some grapes, but leave the apple alone. You laugh as long as you want to, okay? Don't you let them peer pressure you into stop laughing, okay? You consider yourself like getting an extra blessing up in here. And y'all wrong too, making her laugh by herself. You don't want to be the only one in the room laughing? Oh, we ain't laughing no more? Well, y'all should have told me. I think snacking on grapes is funny. That's funny. That's funny to me. It is what it is. Even when God put his perfect child, Jesus Christ, on earth, what did he give him? 12 disciples, 12 homeboys, 12 dude friends in Christ. And then one of them betrayed him, sold him out. That's why I just keep 11 friends. Oh, if it ever get up to 12, somebody got to go. I don't even eat a dozen donuts no more. I'd be like, here you go, you can have this. What is this? This is a Judas roll. I mean a jelly roll. I buy a dozen eggs, I just throw one away. I know it's gonna be rotten. It is what it is. So fun being here taping this because I could talk Christianese. Oh, Christian, y'all know we love talking Christianese, let people know how holy we are. How you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored. You couldn't just say you was doing fine? No, you wouldn't know how sanctified I was then. We even got our own Christian curse word. Rebuke. Oh, Oh, that's our Christian cuss word. I rebuke you. I rebuke your mama. I rebuke your grandmama. Wait a minute. That ain't Christ-like. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. That's why sometimes so many of us struggle as men trying to have friends. I used to be a substitute teacher. Then the Lord delivered me. Thank you, Jesus. And I noticed that girls could make friends at the drop of a hat. Boys, we have a hard time. I would notice a girl would go in the restroom. If she see another girl in there crying, she would immediately become her new best friend. She'd be like, girl, what you in here crying for? I caught my boyfriend cheating with Heather, the cheerleader. You ain't got to go through this by yourself. Here's my telephone number, my mama's number at work, and my grandmama's Twitter account. If a boy go in the restroom and see another boy crying, he walk right back out. No, I ain't got to go no more. I can hold it. I can hold it. I get to do a lot of shows, and it's a lot of fun. And every now and then, I'll meet somebody that really kind of have a strong effect on me that when I leave, I don't leave them. So I did this show in this city. It was called Arab in Alabama. I was hoping that it was a nickname for a real city. You know, this Arab. And I was like, Mama! And they looked at me, it is what it is. And so I met this little dude that was just the coolest dude in the world to me. And I called him. I was like, hey, man, see if your parents can bring you to the show. And he is a connoisseur of the Thou Shalt Laugh series. I mean, he sat me down and broke them down to me. Broke down my old, said, this is what you did wrong. Don't get me wrong, you good, but this is what you did wrong. Okay. So I just gonna take a minute. Let's just meet my little friend here. Where you at, Cameron? Come here, Cameron. Come meet the people. This is my little partner right here. Now, one of the reasons I like Cameron is an inspiration to me. Because Cameron, how old are you?
13.
And how many surgeries have you had?
14.
So the fact that Cameron's standing up here is a huge deal. And with this big old smile on his face. I mean, look at him. He just... Cameron was supposed to have, when were you supposed to have your surgery?
April 6th.
And when did you end up having your surgery?
April 4th.
And why did you change the date?
So I could come to Thou Shalt Laugh 5.
And that's what I'm talking about. Up here, big dog. That's my boy. Cameron is cool as they come. It ain't easy just standing up here in front of all y'all. Because some of y'all ain't smiling. I don't know why, but you're not. I'm sorry. I know sometimes I take it too far. I'm an extremist like that. I'm an all or none type of person. I don't believe in no middle of the road. I'm like, I'm either in a full-out sprint or I'm going to lay down and take a nap. I don't believe in jogging. Even the Lord say he'll spit you out if you lukewarm. I'm like, that's right, Lord. That's why I'm mad at you about my looks. You should have either made me look like Denzel Washington or Flavor Flav. This in-between is killing me. Okay, I'm gonna need the people laughing to tell the people not laughing who Flavor Flav is so they can be in on the joke. I don't want y'all to think we doing inside jokes up in here. I know. I rebuke you, I rebuke your mama, I rebuke your back. And then you think comedy easy now, huh? That's all I got to do is say it is what it is. Woo, look at these people laugh. You know how hard I had to work to make that funny? And then you just gonna sit over there when they get quiet. It is what it is. My career been going pretty cool. I was in a movie with Sandra Bullock called All About Steve, where I played a security guard. And then I was in a TV show called My Name is Earl, where I played a prison guard. Then I was on a show called Medium, where I played prisoner number 2. People be like, how you play a prison guard and prisoner number 2? That's because I take my glasses off. Then it makes me double-sided. See, with my glasses on, I could play a prison guard. Hey, Earl, you got to go to jail. Take my glasses off. Prisoner number 2. Like this, I could play a pharmacist. Ha ha! Drug dealer. Like this, I can get a bank loan. Ha ha! Rob a bank. It is what it is. It's my thing. It's been real cool. Like Shonda said, I had a chance to co-host The View, and apparently most of y'all didn't see it. But I was on the episode when they was talking about Michelle Obama had went and visited a second grade class in Arizona, and the little girl was like, hey, my mom ain't got her papers, and we heard y'all kicking people out the country. And my statement was, why does your daughter in the second grade know you ain't got your papers? Because I come from a need-to-know family. I didn't know my mama's real name till I was 25. She's like, my name is Mama. That's all you need to know. She might still ain't got her papers, I don't know. Got some new stuff in my life now. I'm fat and I'm broke, which means I need to join a gym, but I can't afford to. So what I have to do is walk around my neighborhood to get exercise. So I need to talk to you dog lovers. Stop walking your dogs with no leash, because I'm scared. And I'm tired of you looking at me like something wrong with me when I'm trying to verbally protect myself. Get your dog! You better get your dog! Get your dog right now! Get your dog! Yeah, looking at me like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, big man? Muffin don't bite? Muffin don't bite. Well, I don't know Muffin don't bite. All I see is a German Shepherd running around the corner toward me. It would be the same as if I was walking with a gun and no bullets. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, big man? Why you tripping? Oh, Muffin don't bite? Muffin don't bite. I hope that not just Christians are here. I hope that some of our non-Christian friends are here, and I hope I haven't done so much Christianese that you didn't understand some of my jokes. I hope you're having a good time, because I will admit that some of me and my peers, we take some of the Christian stuff too far. I saw a Christian karate class. I'm like, what is Christian karate? They're like, boom, when we break the bricks, we break it in the name of Jesus. Ha! In the name Jesus. That don't make it Christian because you say in the name of Jesus. You can't rob a liquor store in the name of Jesus. You can't be, give me all your money in the name of Jesus. Oh, I know that wasn't mean enough for y'all. Hold on. Give me all your money in the name of Jesus. Hey, that's my time. I'm Bone Hampton. Thank you.
I love you, darling. He is just like my little baby, isn't he sweet? Lord have mercy. When you see youngins that large, don't you feel bad for the mothers? But I do have to say this, and I don't know if he's going to kill me for this or he might be gone. There he is. My high school sweetheart is here, the stud of Cheatham County High School. Right there, wave, honey, smile. Isn't he precious? David and I have been married for 28 years. Don't clap. You don't know him that well. Now, here's the most exciting thing. We are empty nested now. I'm telling you, it's wonderful. We did try to tear up a little as the last one was leaving, just so they wouldn't get a complex, but, or in case they forgot something and had to come back, you know. I have someone very sweet to introduce you to you, and I'm telling you, he is funny, and I keep saying that about every one of them, but some of them, let's face it, weren't all that good. But this guy is awesome. He really is. I've known him for quite a long time. He's a very incredible, articulate, intelligent stand-up comedian. I can't understand a word that he says. He's from Minnesota. Would you put your hands together and welcome Daren Streblow?
Well, hi. How are you? Oh, it's good to be here. I blew a date really badly. My wife sent me to the video store. She said, get something we both like. So I got Alien. Yeah, that science fiction thriller from the 80s where the alien leaps out of the stomach, you know? That was bad. But have you ever got a video and it's the right case, but it's the wrong video inside? You ever do that? I popped it in without looking. It was your first trimester of pregnancy home educational video. I was really upset. But I felt worse for the pregnant woman who got the video that I wanted to rent. I'm a Christian. It's hard to be a Christian in today's world. People use your God's name as a curse word. I don't understand that because I don't do that to anybody else, you know. You don't see me walking down the street, stub my toes, like, Bill, how you doing? Oh, Buddha! Buddha! Hari H. Krishna, look at that brute. I have kids, 4 of them, and I have a baby now. And the baby's personality is developing. It's a little scary. I went to kiss him goodbye, and he grabbed this part of my hair and yanked. I yelped with pain. That scared him, so he punched me in the face. His older brother is a random child. Now, some of you know exactly what that means when I say that, but if you don't, you say stuff to a random child, they respond in a way you don't know if they're talking to you or some spirit in the room. Like, you need to go clean up your toys. Well, Mario is a fish. Okay, you gotta go clean up your toys. If I ran 1,000,000 miles, my breath would smell like a puppy. Are we in the same dimension? Chocolate, Eiffel Tower. So I clean up his toys. And then his older brother has a speech issue, kind of an impediment that he's growing out of. It's adorable the way he talks. It's just so cute, but he gets furious when you don't understand him, which happens all the time. You know, how old are you? Foy. What? Foy! What does a lion say? Roy! He wanted to watch a video. He said, Daddy, I want to watch Tudabad. What? Tudabad. Can't understand. Tudabad! And he shoved the DVD in my face. Tudabad! Tweety Bird. He said, oh, Tweety Bird, got it. He's like, Moyan, and he walked away. And then everyone's got one of these in their house. My oldest son thinks he's the parent, and he's got to correct me even if I'm joking, which I tend to do. Like, hey, kids, with all this rain, we're going to need an ark. An ark. Technically, Father, worldwide floods are no longer possible. We're not going to need an ark. Well, I don't like your tone. Go up to your room. Technically, Father, it's not my room. You own the house. What do you say to that? I'm like, stop thinking. You're driving me nuts. Technically, Father, insanity rarely happens because of other people. I'm like, wanna bet? I'm not proud of this, but when telemarketers call my house, I hand the phone to him. Technically, it's not a free offer if we have to pay for it. Technically, you're not my friend if you can't pronounce my last name. Someone else wants to talk to you. Is this Tudabad? Tudabad! Tudabad! Moyan! They don't call back. I suffer from allergies. I'm only allergic to two things, organic and inorganic matter. I didn't think I had allergies, I just had a really bad cold since preschool, so my mom, she used to treat the problem. She used to hose me down with Vicks Vapo Rub. And she liked that stuff too much on me. The air above me had this distorted look all the time. I get on the school bus in the morning, everyone got emotional instantly. First girl I tried to kiss got cured of her asthma, so praise the Lord. Went to the allergy clinic. They said, we're going to give you 15 shots in your arm. I'm like, what a happy place. But I thought I'd be alone for that. I wasn't. I was in a big room. We're all getting shots at the same time. I'm the only adult. It's all little kids. So after all this screaming and begging for mercy, the doctor said to me, please, you're scaring the children. But it hurt. They shot formaldehyde in my arm to see if I'd react to it. I did. I put my doctor in a headlock. I'm like, thanks for checking me for formaldehyde. Next time someone wants to store me in a jar with some frogs, I'm gonna say no. I'm allergic to poison. I'm allergic to wheat, eggs, milk, and sugar. I have nightmares about the Muffin Man. I'm allergic to dust mites. Microscopic creatures that live in your pillow. I don't know what's worse, being allergic to them or knowing they exist. I'll wake up at like 3 in the morning. Oh, they're here! Ah! I sleep with a helmet and a tick collar now. My wife has lost that love and feeling. Could be the Vicks Vapo Rub, I'm not sure. I want to be cool for my wife. I want to dress cool, do the cool, stylish things. Obviously, it's not working out so good. But I just can't do the stylish, cool stuff. I just can't wrap my head around something like the piercing thing. I can't wrap my head around that concept. Like, you know, why does a pimple on the side of your nose look cool if it's metal? Yeah, I've been doing the wrong thing with Clearasil. Should have been using Elmer's glue and a BB. And a tongue ring? Are you kidding me? What if you sneeze and pierce somebody else? That's what I want to know. You look cool. Never seen that pierced before. Medic. Tattoos are kind of nifty, but studies have shown tattoos are addictive. It's hard to stop with just one. It starts out elegant and small, just a nice skull and crossbones. And 6 months later, skull and crossbones gets lonely. You get a kimono dragon friend over here. Then they need a ride to get around in to get a Greyhound bus back here. A theme park and a UN building, and your skin's out of room. You look like a fraternity prank. If I got a tattoo, I'd want it to be useful, you know? My anniversary is on July the 30th. Like I said, I have a baby, 1 year old, and they had us do Lamaze again. Very scary. Their job is just to scare you to death, you know? That's all they want to do it for. It doesn't help you at all. They use films. They're like, oh, we're going to see a film. And we're like, how bad can it be, you know? Cesarean section. A cut above natural childbirth. I mean, it's horrible, you know, you're cutting through to get the baby, you know. I'm not a doctor, but isn't that hard on women? I think it's harder on the baby, though, because when you're born the right way, the way you're supposed to be born, I think that's such a slow process. I think the kid thinks it's his idea. It's like, I wonder what's down here.
Oh, a door.
But when you're born cesarean, it's not slow at all. I mean, you're in the womb, you're in the room! Imagine how horrible it would be for you. You know, you're the baby in there, relaxing in a nice warm jacuzzi, and the roof opens up, something grabs your head, yanks you out of the building. It's a masked giant with a knife. That's a bad day. That isn't even the worst part. It was these small group class discussions. We're going to talk about pregnancy issues. It was a nurse at a whiteboard, 9 of us in a semicircle around the nurse. Snow is falling in northern Minnesota. It's the middle of June. Today, class, we're going to talk about the proper color of amniotic fluid. I'm like, do we have to? Haven't we suffered enough? Please be quiet. It needs to be clear. Amniotic fluid needs to be clear. And she starts talking about all the colors it shouldn't be. I'm turning all these colors. But not my wife, because pregnant women are the toughest people in the world. She's watching this gross presentation, drinking a 5-gallon thing of ice water like it's no big deal. But pregnant women can be clumsy. She dropped the ice water right between her knees, just whoop. And I didn't see what happened. Like, her water broke! It just broke! And the class freaked out. They're like, ah! Is it clear? It's got ice chips in it! Which is typical for Minnesota children. Thank you very much, folks. I appreciate it.
I'm so excited to introduce this next fella. He is just incredibly funny, very cultured, and very, very suave tonight. Would you please put your hands together and welcome Gilbert Esquivel.
Well, I'm glad you like it. Some of you looking at me like, that guy looks like the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. One guy's looking at me like a baked potato up here, man. There's only 3 times to wear a suit like this, people. When you're in Vegas, or you're taping a television show, or when you're gonna go into a burning building to rescue somebody. You know what I'm saying? This is nice to be here in Nashville, man. I was nervous at first because I was happy to come here. Then my friend scared me on the phone. He said, you know, they shoot cans down there just for fun. I go, so what? He goes, yeah, Africans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans. No, that's an old schoolyard joke, people, okay? But it ain't funny when you're actually here, okay? Hey, give it up for the comics, though, man. They had some funny comics, man. Joey ILO, he was the first guy that was up here sweating. Remember him? The sweating comic. That boy was sweating. He was sweating like a snitch at a gangster picnic. I ain't lying. That boy was... Well, we're hours away, people, from the government. They might shut down, man. They might shut down, they say. So my sister called me all nervous because she on welfare. she don't know how she going to buy her lottery tickets. Pray for me, man. I need your prayers right now because I might get me my own TV show. So I'm praying too. And it's going to be only for Mexicans. White people, I love you, but you can't be on this. Black people, I love you too, but you can't be on this show. It's just Mexicans. It's called Are You Taller Than a Fifth Grader? Anyways, so please pray for me. You know what? I was tripping out because we got Mexicans. You got Mexicans here in Nashville, man. I lied. That's what I said. I go, I love you, my people. We're everywhere, man. We are. Everywhere you go, you find Mexicans, except for Australia. Oh, don't worry. We got 2 on the way, but it's far. They're like, oh, man. It's far. But when they get there, give us 2 weeks. We'll outnumber them kangaroo. I ain't lying. We will. We'll be selling koala tacos. That's all I'm saying. Because that's how we roll. And you know what, man? This is beautiful, all the churches we got here. That's the first thing I noticed about this place. You guys got a church on every block, man. You know what I mean? And the thing is, though, you know, not every church is a good church. You got to admit it, people. There's some churches out there that shouldn't be churches. You know that, right? And because I've been to one, but that was my fault because God gave me the signs, but I didn't pay attention to it. And God gives you signs that you're at the wrong church. And if you're at the wrong church, don't blame God for it because you didn't pay attention to the signs. I'm going to give you a little help out, okay? Look, I'm going to give you some signs that you're at the wrong church. If you're at a church and the pastor says, turn to Genesis, and he's the last one to find it, hold up, it was here yesterday. Okay, forget that. Go to Psalms. It's right next to the book of Job. It's easy to find. You can't find a job, we're going to pray for you. First time I went to church, I almost got in a fight with that preacher. I did. I almost got hooked up. He was pushing me for nothing, man. I ain't doing nothing. He's doing all this. What you doing, dog? Why you pushing me, man? He's all, let go, brother. And I go, you let go. If I fall down, something's going to fall out of my pocket. We're both going to jail. And he was on parole. He had to let go. You know what I'm saying? People are so politically correct nowadays. You always offend somebody no matter what you do. You know what I mean? You're just having fun with people. You're not making fun of them. You're just having fun with it. And they get offended, and that's not good. You know what I mean? But people are taking it to another. People are just like, anything you say is wrong. Like my tree trimmer. He got mad because I called him a tree trimmer. He goes, I'm a branch manager. How am I supposed to know? Been married for 24 years as of March 21st. I've been married for 24 years. Thank you very much. Oh, man. Yes, my wife is 45 years old and she still looks like she's in high school. You know what I mean? Well, she is. She can't graduate. You know, she's a. This girl, 24 years we were married, and I still remember our first date like it just happened. Our first date, because I remember I took her to a real classy restaurant, real expensive place. I was trying to show off, like if I had money, you know what I'm saying? And she was so nervous because she had never been in a place like this, you know what I mean? She's like, it's so hot in here. And she wiped off her eyebrow, man. Yeah, that tripped me out. I was like, whoa. She's looking at me like Michael Jackson's dad. What? I said, your eyebrow's gone, girl. Here's a Sharpie. Go fix it, man. You're embarrassing me, girl. This is Denny's, baby. Denny's, represent. They got a 2-eyebrow policy up in here. Telling you, man. I love the mixture of people here. Got some. Are you East Indian or are you Mexican? No, we look alike. Girl, look at me. I can pass for anything. I look like Saddam Hussein and Wayne Newton had a baby, don't I? I'm Gilbert Esquivel. Thank you very much. God bless Nashville.
Very, very funny. Gilbert Esquivel, give him one more hand. Incredible. Every single person has been so funny, and don't tell me that Christians do not know how to have fun. This has been incredible, absolutely incredible. Give them all a hand one more time. Before the last guy comes out, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what I've been doing over the last few months. I just got back from Afghanistan. It was an incredible trip. I went with the USO tour, got to go to Iraq, went to Kuwait, and went to Afghanistan. It was an incredible trip. Went with a group of incredible sweet women that were such a sweet witness, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And then I also went with the most photographed swimsuit model for Sports Illustrated. So I fit right in. Isn't it wonderful that we are in a country where we are allowed to gather together like this and have a blast? And I have to do this because he's been sitting in the middle of the room all night long, and every time I see him, I just kind of want to tear up, and it is exciting to see you. I have no idea who you are, but I like your outfit. Would you just stand and wave, sir, in the U.S. Army dressed right here? Amen. Last but not at all least, he's been on all 5 Thou Shalt Laugh videos now. How wonderful is that? I tell him all the time that his job is the perfect way to mask schizophrenia. I know that you're going to enjoy him. He comes with a plethora of people, so please make welcome Mr. Taylor Mason.
Oh, yeah. It's the 5th one. I've been on all 5, so I thought I would do a little something special. Got dressed up for you folks. My name is Taylor Mason, and this I did not order. Barbecue. That's funny. Oh, my gosh. Senor. Oh, I don't know if you know, but I have a pig in my act. His name is Paco. Senor. Yes, I know. He's actually in here. Senor. Okay. All right. It's okay. It's all right. Are you all right? No. Okay. Do you know where we are? We're in Tennessee. Okay. And you're hiding in Bob's barbecue bag?
I'm not hiding, I was put here.
Who would do that?
A soldier.
No.
Help me, senor.
Okay, all right. I'll hide you back here, okay?
Okay, senor.
Are you okay?
I'm all right. Oh,
Sorry. I brought a buddy of mine. His name is Romeo. Are you in here?
yeah.
Come on out here. I got him dressed up for the occasion as well. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
My neck.
I'm sorry. Are you all right?
My neck.
I'm sorry. Okay?
Oh, this is all right, man.
Okay, all right. Okay. Thou shalt laugh 5.
We done them all.
Yep, they're hoping we'll get one right. Okay.
I can't wait for thou shalt laugh 10
All right.
and 100.
Oh, I won't be here for 100.
I will. I'm biodegradable, girl.
All right. And look at this audience.
They are awesome, man.
This is one of the best audiences we've ever had for Thou Shalt Laugh.
No kidding, man. They took what I said to heart.
What did you say?
There's a new title.
The title is Thou Shalt Laugh.
It's a little extra.
What's the extra?
Thou shalt laugh.
Or else. Okay, all right.
It's Christian, girl.
Okay. That's not what tonight is about. Great fellowship. Did you meet the other comedians?
They're awesome, man. I shared.
You shared with the other comedians?
They're good guys.
They're funny. They're talented.
They're awesome, Taylor. I shared.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You gave them a gift?
No resume. I need someone to work with who's funny.
Okay, all right. So you're feeling good?
And you are going to be proud of me.
And why is that?
I did something really Christian.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. What did you do?
I Twitterized the Bible.
You what?
I Twitterized the Bible.
Twitterized it.
Yeah.
You condensed the entire Bible down into 150 characters or less?
You know it.
You can't do that.
I done did it.
How is that possible? It's sacrilegious.
No, it's not. It's hit. Even the Pope in the Vatican is twittering.
All right, fine. So how do you take the 10 commandments and Twitter them?
One word. Don't.
All right, how about the book of Revelations?
2 words. Uh-oh.
Something obscure.
Lay it on me.
The book of Numbers.
3 words. Israelites, count off.
Okay.
There's some Pentecostals here. They got that joke.
Okay, Romeo. So you've broken down the entire Bible into Twitterized?
I done did it, man.
Done did it.
That's the way we talk in Hendersonville. Deal with it, man.
Okay, how did you Twitterize the story of Jonah?
Jonah,
Right.
Jonah.
Right.
I wanted a man cave, but this is ridiculous.
Okay. All right. Samson and Delilah.
Supercuts.
Come on, right? Okay, let's get really, really edgy.
All right.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
1 word. Run.
All right.
Or what happens in Vegas.
All right. So you did it. You Twitterized the entire Bible.
I sure did, man.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, you know it.
But what about, let me think of something that you can't possibly, I got it. Feeding the 5,000.
Domino's delivers.
Get out of here. Dominoes wasn't around in the Bible, Romeo. Really? Yeah. So now do your feeding the 5,000 food fight. Come on, man. My foot. Okay. Look at my foot. I see. Look at my foot. All right. What? Look at all these Christians rushing to help me. Come on. Thank you, Army boy. All right, Romeo. Romeo is absolutely desperate to meet women. No kidding, man. We should use one of those online dating services. I tried it. Really? Mm-hmm. Which one? eHarmony. And they set you up? They did. What was the girl like? It was a disaster. Why? She was into controlling me. She was manipulating me, putting words in my mouth. She was just like you. Come on. No wonder. All right. Must be hard for you to meet girls. I dated some girls. Like who? Pull string doll, yeah. Oh, one of those dolls you pull the string and she talks? Yeah. What was that like? After 3 pulls, she runs out of stuff to say. All right. Dated a girl with a tattoo. Oh, that must have been weird. Yeah. Where was the tattoo? On the back of their head. What did it say? Made in China. Okay. Ever tried Match.com? I did. That's a good one. You fill out your name. I did. Put your address. Yeah. Put your job. What did you put for job? Pyromaniac. Pyromaniac looking for a match. I got 100 emails from girls in Atlanta. All right, man. My hat. Okay. I'm not going to get it. And neither are any of these Christians. All right. I think we make a pretty good team. What? I think you and I make a pretty good team. Taylor, I'm in charge. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I got skills, man. I don't need you. Really? You could do this by yourself? You know I could, man. Okay, why don't we see? Why don't we see, man? All right. Where do you want to do your little performance? Right here. Sit right here? Yeah. And you're going to do this by yourself? Yeah. Are you sure? I'm going to do it, man. All right. Ow. Sorry. You're just going to sit here? Uh-huh. I think. All right. Like that? Uh-huh. Are you okay? Uh-huh. Do you want me to introduce you? Uh-huh. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, all by himself, please welcome my buddy Romeo. Go for it, Romeo. What are you doing, huh? Wait, you wanted to do a whole act by yourself? Uh-huh. What were you doing? I was just sitting here thinking. Using my brain. Okay. I was wondering how long would these guys sit here and wait for me to start talking? All right. This guy was like, all right. This is gonna be awesome. Okay. Doesn't work that way, nah. Fine. What are you doing? No, come on, man, no. Army boy! This is one of my favorite parts of the show. Oh. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Taylor Mason, have you had a great time tonight? Please welcome back Taylor Mason! Woo! Gilbert Esquivel! Woo-hoo-hoo! Joey ILO! Leland Klassen!